holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Thomas. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Griffin. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, up over 130 yards, and a touchdown.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive INT. He'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On 3rd down, Griffin. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be Falcon football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago. 7 catches, 78 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Here's Ritter. Short throw caught by Pitts. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of...
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go. Wolf. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Shifts by him. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ritter to throw it. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Back to throw, Ritter. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Ritter will set up to throw it. And complete to Drake London. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Looking to throw once more. Here's Ritter. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So they'll get nothing out of that play.
And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They run the counter. It's Wolf. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
From midfield now, here's Griffin. Going right side here, and that's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
Right now, they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
With their lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Kevin O'Connell has a play call ready. His guys going for it on 4th.
They'll try and throw for it with Griffin. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
First down, here's Ritter.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5.
These two teams all tied after 1.
2nd and 5.
Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. As they are looking at a 2nd and taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Falcons.
Drake London.
46 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And now out comes Minnesota. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Play action. It's Griffin.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now inside the 25.
And he takes it all the way down to the 22. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-7. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Lorenzo Carter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Under pressure, they got him again. Lorenzo Carter, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Thomas. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Play action. Now Griffin. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Wolf. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. Now Griffin. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Ritter. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Griffin's throw taken in by Hockenson here.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here's Griffin.
That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Griffin to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. On first down, Griffin. High throw, but he makes the catch.
And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Now a give right side. It's Wolf, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and 4.
Griffin. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now it's Griffin. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
On first down, Ritter. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Here's 2nd and 10. Ritter now. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3rd and 5. Another throw coming up here for Ritter. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. So thanks to the late touchdown. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
55 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first. They'll run again here with Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Micah Parsons in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Robinson up the middle. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Ritter back to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now 2nd and 5. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Griffin. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
Completes it right side to Cooper. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Ritter.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Wolf. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal, and I mean pivotal. That decision right there could be really costly.
Without a doubt, you talk about taking a chance there and deciding you're going to go all in, as they like to say. That's exactly what that one was, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, inside their own territory, game tied this stage of the contest. Boy, inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Hand off now to Robinson.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. He'll look to throw.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them. Perfect time to get it done.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Micah Parsons
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
3rd and goal, Ritter with it.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Micah Parsons
in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Butker's kick here is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Wolf. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Griffin. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka showcasing the pass rush.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far.
A returnable for Thomas. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Room here to run.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 127 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Second and 10.
Up the middle they go.
Wolf.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now it's Griffin.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. They'll run on 1st down. It's Wolf. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
7 yards there and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, it's Wolf. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Ritter's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. They'll run here with Robinson. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down. On the counter, this is Robinson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now Griffin on first down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Kenneth Murray
coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Griffin.
To Jefferson on the slant.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Here's Griffin. He's going to let it fly.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just kind of a wing and a prayer there. This ball's kind of up for grabs, but they're at a point where they have to live with that. And fortunately, this one winds up incomplete.
Now Griffin completes this to Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Griffin.
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Here's Griffin.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Griffin to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And that will be incomplete.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Throwing now is Griffin.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Here's Griffin. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Griffin's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Wolf. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Back to throw. Being chased out left. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now Ritter and the Falcons down 35-31, 27 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Ritter looks to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete.
That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun